So starting off with problem 4, we had to add some basic CSS styling to our index.html web page. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the directory in where my server.js file is sitting, and then I'm going to run it with the node server.js command. So right now I'm on the localhost page, and as you can see, it just as it ran, it loaded up. So this is quite similar to what the screenshot here looks like. I tried to design it as close as possible. And the way that I did this is in the request method for get. Once the page is loaded up, we have the HTML file, and then in between the head tags, I've added another tag called style, where I changed the background color to light blue for the body, which is the whole web page. The header one, which is this hello world here, I changed the color to white and also center aligned the text. And for the paragraphs, I've changed the font family as well as the font size. Now from problem 5, we had to create a new route in the server, and that will provide an option for the user to fill in a form. And this had to be at the -login.html page. So in order to create a new page, I wrote a new if statement, a continuation. So I did else if the path name is now /login.html. So if we just add in /login.html, it will load up a new page where the user can enter their ID and also a password. So we just put in some random values here. And we were also asked to create an action attribute for the form, where the path would be /credentials. So what this does is that when the user presses submit, the data actually goes somewhere. So I'm going to change this back to get as it was before problem 6 is solved. So just a second. I'm going to rerun this. Okay, so what should happen now is when the user enters the data and presses the submit form, there should be an error that pops up that the page is not found, because right now we're getting a get method and it's not posting anything to the screen. So we click submit and we get the error that the page is not found. So just a small modification to the code as well. On the output lines, the console also logs that we have the login.html file to be able to browse into as well. Problem 6 is now asking us to modify this action attribute, which allows us to submit the data that the user put in into the form, and we have to modify the method attribute and change it from get to post so that we can post something to the screen. We also have a post request here, but once we have post, then we can print some data that we've received. Also a quick note that in the get method, actually the credentials that we put in, the user ID and the password, is put in at the top as well. So we want to get rid of that. So we're gonna save this. I've just changed it to post. I'm gonna quickly start running this program and boot it up again. So if we go back to the login.html file, web page, and enter the user ID, user password. So now that we submitted it with the post request, we just get a quick print message saying thank you for your request. And as well as that, in the actual terminal, we get a message with the data that we received. So that's the user ID and the password.